Hi sweet friends, welcome back. If you're new here, hello, my name is Amy and welcome. Today I thought I would sit down and share a home decor haul from some of the places that I've been shopping recently for summer. Now these aren't summer specific items. I like to pick up just decor that I love that I can use all year round. I did take advantage of the Memorial Day sales at McGee Co, which was 30% off, as well as Magnolia, which had a sale, I think it was 25% off. So I'm excited to show you those quality pieces. And then I also picked up some great items for home decor on Amazon. And then just recently we shopped a local antique store and I found some treasures there as well. So I hope that you're looking forward to today's video and just sitting down, chatting and looking at some decor. If you are, definitely give me a big thumbs up and maybe even a share over on your socials. That does help me out. And if you are new and like what you see today, I'd love if you would consider subscribing. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into the haul. I hope you do enjoy. All right, so the first store that I'll share the items from is McGee Co. Now I know that they can be quite expensive, so I like to take advantage of their sales, and that 30% off just had me. So I like to switch out my salt and pepper shakers, and when I saw these, I fell in love. I love just that dark, rich color of the wood, and then they have just a little bit of gold, so they have that in the salt and the pepper, the S&P, and then here on the top. So I thought that was super nice, and that's a fun way to switch out your decor without having to buy something, you know, more expensive or something larger. These are easy to store away and then switch out so that you have something fun to display during each season. So that's the first item. Now the other item that I just fell in love with was this gorgeous throw blanket. I love the colors in this, and like I said, this would look great now, but I can see this over a chair or a sofa to add more texture and color. Lots of layering. I think that's where you get that homey, cozy look. And so I can see this during the fall as well. So it has like a light and dark beige, a gray and brown. And those are just my favorite colors for decorating with all year round. And then I'll pop in maybe an accent color with all these neutrals to change it up from season to season. So I love this blanket. This one has the braided like fringe on the edge as well. So I think that adds a little bit of a detail. And so I just really love it. And I think it's something that I'll pull out each season to decorate with. All right, so the next item is this cute little picture. When I first saw it, I pulled it out and I was like, oh no, it's blue. But the more I look at it, and I actually asked the advice of my hubby, Scott, and he said, no, that is green. And so the more I look at it, I am seeing the green, but I do think it has a blue undertone, which is okay. But what I was really going for is it to coordinate with these plates. If you remember, I shared these with you in my last early summer haul. These were also from McGee Co. No, these were from Studio McGee at Target. And so I kind of thought that they would match, but I think if I separate them like on a shelf or something, I think it still blends well and it doesn't compete or look awkward. But you'll definitely have to let me know down in the comments what you think. Should I keep this or should I replace it since it doesn't coordinate like perfectly? I think it's great, and I love using pictures in my kitchen decor, and I thought the shape of this one was super unique. The handle is wider here and then it gets narrow. It has this cute little spout and it's just kind of shorter, so I think it would look good on shelves that are a little bit like narrow in their height. This is also a Creative Co-op brand, and so you can find some of these items on Amazon, so definitely check out that. And also I'll try my best to link the items that I'm sharing with you today down in the description box if I can find links for them. So that's all the items that I purchased from McGee Co. So let's move over to the decor items that I got on sale at 25% off from Magnolia. So the first thing that caught my eye right away was this gorgeous breadboard. How gorgeous is this? I mean, I love it. I love that it has the different woods, and then it has this beautiful like checkered design on an angle, and it even has some scalloping along the edges. This says that it was $40, but again, I got this on sale for 25% off. But this is one that I definitely won't be using functionally. I will prop it up against our backsplash. I love to do that to just create layers. And I love the craftsmanship in this. And I'll just show you up close. It looks a little bit more antique and vintage. And so I'm on the hunt for more boards like this to just up the look of my kitchen. And so I really, really love this, and I'm glad I got it at 25% off. Next up, from Magnolia, I was on the hunt for some kitchen containers or canisters. And when I saw these, I fell in love. I love the detail here. And then if you look really, really close, it has that speckling, which I'm all about. I have a dinnerware set from Hobby Lobby that coordinates so well with this. And then I also love the cute little spoon that fits right down in that little notch. These are very sealed, almost too sealable in my opinion. Okay, so there it comes off. They have that same finish in the inside. They are a stoneware type material, but as you see, you pull it off and this kind of comes off because it's so tight. So that may be something that will bother me later. It's fine right now. So I did go ahead and get the 2 different sizes, and I think this is going to look great on our countertops because they are the darker quartz, and this will just pop right off of it. But I really, really think these are great quality and something that I'll pull out to lighten up our space in summer and even in the spring. All right, and last up from Magnolia is this beautiful easel. Isn't this gorgeous? I think this is so, so nice. It looks so high end, and at 25% off of $58, it was a great deal. I've seen these on Amazon that are selling for more, but it has 2 like pieces of glass that you can slip in a piece of art. As you can see, it is like a bronze metal. It is quite heavy, and you can adjust it. So whatever piece that you have, if you don't want to use the glass, you can insert like a canvas print in this, and it's just going to take that canvas print up a notch and make it look super high end. So sorry about all the reflections and the lights. It's really hard to do like pictures and glass in a haul, but this is what it looks like. So I would say this is a 12 by 12 glass piece. And so it's just a perfect piece to maybe layer in front of a mirror or another larger art piece. And so I'm super excited to decorate with this summer and to winter, for all the seasons really. All right, so now let's go ahead and move over to Amazon. I love Amazon. You can search on there for hours looking at different types of decor, and then you can get it in just like 1 to 2 days, and you don't even have to leave your home. You can stay in your comfy sweats, and it's just a great shopping experience. But a lot of times you can be surprised on what you get. So I thought I would just share what I did get. So maybe if you're looking at those items, you can go ahead and click the buy button or pass on it if it's something that you don't like. I always like to switch out my fabric napkins, and you know how I'm loving that green color. So right here is some napkins. There are 6 of them. I think they look super high end because of the fringe. They're really, really soft. And so I think these will look great on either the dining room or kitchen table, and I can use them throughout different seasons as well. So that is the first thing from Amazon. Also, during the summer, instead of going with a specific theme like lemon or beach, I like to just incorporate little pieces or accents. And so I like to change out my coasters, kind of like the same thing that I do with my salt and pepper shakers. So it's something little that you can switch out, but then it's something new and fun to look at, and they are functional. So when I saw these, I thought these would be perfect for summer. They kind of have that rope detailing, which is really popular in beach and coastal decor, but you know, being here in West Virginia, if I would decorate my whole house in a beach theme, it would just look a little awkward. So by putting in little pieces like this, it still brings in a touch of that feeling without just being a themed decor. So these came as a set of 5. The wood on them is really nice, and they do have 4 of those pads so that they won't scratch your surfaces. And I also like that this material will kind of absorb any condensation you might have on your glass. So those I'm excited to add to our coffee table for summer. So I was on the hunt for some pot holders, and so when I saw these are actually the KitchenAid brand. I fell in love because guess what? The color, they're green. Of course I love them, but I love that they have that silicone like material here. It's really great for pulling out your oven rack. You don't get burned. And then I love the texture on this. I think it almost looks like a herringbone texture, and then it has like a little hanging piece here with a faux leather piece. So they look super high end. They're actually really comfy inside. It's also a green, and you know, KitchenAid is a good brand, so I knew I wanted to try and see if these were like as good as they looked, and they really are. And so it does come with the 2, and it says they are 5 by 9 inches. So if you're looking for some new pot holders, these are a great find. And like I mentioned, sometimes on Amazon, the size can sometimes surprise you. So this next piece, I love it, but I even knew what the size was. I always double check that, but in my mind, it was just about 2 inches like bigger. And so when I got it, I was like, oh, it's a little bit smaller than I was anticipating, but I still love the color. The texture is great. It has just a little bit of speckling in it. And then how cute is the little handles on the bottom? Again, this is something that you could use on a shelf. You could use this on top of some coffee table books. This would be great in an entryway as a catch-all tray for maybe your keys or sunglasses. Or again, you can just use this alone. Now this does say that it's not for food, so you wouldn't want to put your produce or anything in it. But this is also a Creative Co-op brand, and so I like to shop that. So if you like decor like I do and have a similar style, you want to check out Creative Co-op on Amazon because they are my favorite. And so this is a little bowl, decorative bowl, that I picked up for summer. Along the same lines as something that kind of surprises you is this really pretty print. Now, how pretty is that? It has a gold frame, comes like this. It is a canvas piece, and I love it. But online, I actually thought it was about, again, 2 inches bigger. So when I got it, I was like, oh, it's a little bit smaller. But I think it'll be perfect for like shelves or inside our cabinet in the living room. So I think this will be still a great piece to decorate with. And it's really cool because it can be a tabletop or wall mounted. So it comes with like a little dowel that you stick in this hole. And so it kind of props it up like a picture. So I think that's really cool. And then if you want to hang it with the little hangers here, like that look like this. Yeah, they're called invisible nails. So they just look like a plastic piece with 3 little prongs. I don't know if you can see that, but you can use that to hang your piece. And then it also has like this little sticky circle that you can put over this. I wouldn't see why you would need to do that. It's going to hang on the wall, but it's just an added little detail that is super cute. Right, and so the last items that I'll share with you today came from the vintage store. Anytime I'm there, if I can find brass candlesticks like these under $10, I usually will pick them up. I think they're great quality. They have a little bit of weight to them. And so you can see that they were priced as a set of 2 for $8. So I thought that was really, really great. And so they are kind of dainty. And so I thought they were really, really cute. And anytime I add a candlestick, you can either use them as is, or you can elevate one on a book, have one down, and then add a candle. And I think that just looks so sweet, and it's perfect for summer all year round. And it just gives that vintage feel and something that's not everyone's going to have. So I picked those up. Also from the vintage or antique store, I saw this wooden bowl with its scalloped edge, and look how rich and beautiful the color is. It almost blends perfectly with the new salt and pepper shakers. So I love to combine old and new together and just combine different styles. Really, I just shop what I love. I'm not drawn in or pigeonholed to one specific design, but I just thought that was so pretty. It was $12, as you see here on the tag, and then it says made in Woodcraftery America, Woodcrafting New York. I don't know. Here, maybe you can make heads or tails of this better than I can, but I just thought this was a super nice piece. I love adding wood pieces. They give a lot of character and warmth to your space, and when you know that they are a little bit on the older side, I don't know, it's just something that I tend to gravitate towards. So another find that I like to pick up if I like the color is a antique book, and better yet, if you can find it at a thrift store for even cheaper, then definitely go for that. I do get many of my books from Goodwill and thrift stores, but I love the color of this one. I love the worn pages and the patina of the color. They're very yellowed and old looking. It's a book of poems, and so it has that gold accent, which I think is beautiful. And two, in the back of my mind, I thought these would be really pretty for Elena, my daughter's upcoming wedding. She's doing like a vintage theme, and she kind of wants to incorporate some old antique books, possibly, we're not sure. She has an old typewriter that she kind of wants to use, and then of course brass and gold accents with pink and a little bit of blue and sage green is kind of her color palette. Her wedding's coming up in August, so we will be quite busy, and so you may see a little less of me here during the summer. And just know we're great. We're just in the planning and gathering and getting really excited for her wedding come August 9th. But this was one that I picked up just in case she might want to use it, but then I know I'll use it in my decor as well. All right, and so the last item that I picked up from the vintage store is this cake dome. I thought this was a wonderful find. It says that it is crystal, and it was 50% off of $12, so $6. There was no way I was passing that up. I've looked for a replacement or just an extra one for my larger cake stands, and on Amazon they can run up to like over $40. So I thought this was a great find, and so I definitely scooped this up and checked out with it at the antique store. All right, sweet friends, that pretty much wraps up today's haul. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'd love to hear what was your favorite item that I picked up for summer decorating. Now, I will be refreshing our kitchen and living room coming soon, so that's always a fun one. You all seem to really enjoy that one. We'll also be checking out some home decor. I know fall is hitting the stores pretty hard at Hobby Lobby, so we can go and check that out. Now, don't be mad at me that they're rushing the seasons. I'm just going to be bringing you what's in the stores. And then definitely we'll probably have some projects outside that I'll share with you as well. So if any of that content sounds like something that you would enjoy and you haven't already, I hope you would consider subscribing. And then just make sure you have your notification bell on so that when I do post a new video, you'll be the first to know. So as always, let's go ahead and end our time together by going to God's Word. Today I'll be reading from Matthew chapter 18 verses 10 through 14. See that you do not look down on one of these little ones, for I tell you that their angels in heaven always see the face of my Father in heaven. What do you think? If a man owns 100 sheep and one of them wanders away, will he not leave the 99 on the hills and go look for that one that wandered off? And if he finds it, I tell you the truth, he is happier about the one sheep than about the 99 that did not wander off. In the same way, your Father in heaven is not willing that any of these little ones should be lost. I thank you all so much for watching. I took a little break for vacation and I missed you all. So I'm glad that we had this time together today. I do hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, take care and God bless, friends. Bye.